Hey everyone, this is GrooveSim back with some more Mankind Divided. Today we're going to be doing side missions, and first we're going to talk to David Seraph about those strange and wondrous new OGs backloaded onto my system. Let's find out what he has to say about it right now.
Adam, what's going on? I didn't expect to hear from you.
I didn't expect my doctor to find dormant OGs hidden in my system.
What?
Dormant experimental OGs. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Adam, you know the decisions I made for you 2 years ago.
Yes or no?
No! All the work we did on you was above board. You have my word on that. What exactly did you find?
Experimental test dogs spliced into my system. Kohler said something about a neodymium shell. Who would have designed something like that?
God, you've got a Titan OG? It's impossible. It was just a concept.
You just said this wasn't you.
It wasn't. The DoD showed me schematics 3 years ago and asked me if I thought it could work. It was designed by somebody else, Vadim Orlov. Megan and I interviewed him once, but he wouldn't have fit in.
Orlov? Sounds Russian. Who is he? Why wouldn't he have fit in?
He was supposed to be a boy wonder, a neuroscience prodigy. Got his master's degree in Moscow, post-grad in the US. His grades were off the chart, but his theories were sketchy at times. Megan said his ethics were questionable.
Megan? Megan Reed said that? The woman who gave you my DNA to experiment with?
We didn't hire him, Adam. 2 minutes into the interview, and I could tell Orlov didn't like his ideas being challenged by anyone. Least of all, a strong woman like your ex.
These schematics you saw. Don't suppose you kept a copy?
They were classified. I never had a copy. The only reason I even saw them was because the Defense Department valued my opinion. Seraph Industries did good work back in the day. When we signed a schematic, you knew it was solid.
I've got to find this guy.
Adam, let me track him down for you. I'm leaving for London soon, but I can make phone calls, reach out to people. Seraph Industries may be gone, but my name still carries weight in certain circles.
Do it. Contact me by infolink when you have something.
I won't let you down on this. I never felt right about losing touch with you after Panchea. When I heard you'd shown up in Detroit alive a year after everyone thought you were dead. Why didn't you get in touch with us?
I couldn't. Rescue crews pulled me out of the ocean and dumped me in a clinic in Alaska. Nobody knew who I was. For a long time, neither did I.
My God, son, you don't think... I mean, that could have been when...
Find Orlov, Seraph. I've got questions I need answered.
I will, I promise. I'll call you.
Well, so David was just as confused as I was. Big cut. We're gonna meet somebody new here, somebody key, in a few moments. It'll be interesting to see where all that heads, where all that leads us. Looking at the map. You know what I don't like about this game? The nav system. I don't like it. It is confusing as hell.
License, permit, voucher, document of authority, temporary pass, travel coupon, and/or certificate of authenticity.
Good old days, we'd just ask for ID.
Good old days are gone. Haven't seen one of these before. Orange level. You are some kind of badass?
Just someone with a job to do.
And the tools to do it, obviously. Go on through.
So she is going to be kind of key, not too far ahead in the future.
What can I get you? Beer? Something else?
What else have you got?
Oh, just an item of interest.
For someone who lives off of their sales, you're unusually reserved.
Well, sometimes it's hard to know who to trust, especially these days. For example, I don't suppose you have any neuropozyne you would be willing to spare, do you?
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means.
These are tough times. We all have to do what we can.
You understand? That's... You have no idea how many people just look the other way. But we can't afford to. Not Oggs, and not anyone else. What happens to one happens to all of us.
The neuropozyne isn't even for you, is it?
No, it's not. I'm what you might call a... Well, I think of myself as a Samaritan smuggler. I get things for people in need.
I'm glad I could help.
Listen, I can't let you leave without thanking you properly. I store a few supplies in the basement. The code to the door is 1015. Help yourself to what's down there.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Like you said, we all need to help each other. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Let's see those odds and ends you have for sale.
It includes some scrap material for you know,
You can't go wrong with that.
for things I need,
I'll
you
have a
know,
beer.
Here you go.
and
Anything
need
else?
beer. But anyway, I you know,
I'm good for
crafting things like you know, the energy kits or whatever, you know, very helpful. Appreciated. There's a big cut coming up. And I gotta tell you, there's a couple segments in here where I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So there's some awkward moments in terms of the cutting. And feel kind of embarrassed about it. But you see most of it. Right here, I decided to cut pretty damn soon. Because, you know, once you get down here, I mean, you're just picking up stuff, and that's pretty much it. So, we're jumping ahead, and this is what I'm talking about. Right now, I want to go upstairs and talk to a forger. Forges documents, you know, like visas, green cards, whatever, and see what the heck's going on, and why she's doing what she's doing. Now, I've knocked these two guys out. These guards that were in here, I knocked them out. I had a fail moment where I climbed up into a vent. It's just behind me. You don't see it. And I didn't realize the vent was only a couple of feet wide. And I pop out the other end right into the line of sight of one of the guards. And that was a fail moment. Whoops, and I loaded my save and tried again and got through just fine the second time. But yeah, there are some fail moments in this game for me. You know, it's not a smooth, like, errorless run, you know, mistake-free run. I make a few errors here and there. Still try to get familiar with my surroundings in Praha. and figure out where everything is. One thing I didn't show you, when we last left off, we were speaking to Vaclav Kohler. He's the AUG expert, about these odd AUG implants that were backwired into my system without my knowledge and apparently anybody else's knowledge except for whoever did it. And one of the things I did after talking to Kohler was, he gave me 11 praxis. Well, that sounds like a lot, but it really isn't, because I had to actually reinitiate several systems that were basics, fundamentals, the kind of AUG abilities that you really need. You just need them. And so by the time I got done reinitiating all those, there wasn't much left over. So 11 praxis sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I needed my wall punch, I needed Icarus, I needed all that stuff, So I had to repurchase all that. And now we're just making our way into this little area here, the lasers. And one thing I didn't pay attention to when I came in here was there's a camera right above me. And I don't even notice it yet. It doesn't notice me either because I'm not in view, but now I'm in view. Ooh, I was almost spotted, and it still hasn't dawned on me. I'll be honest. I don't know that's a camera. I'm wondering if somebody outside has seen me. I just, it's not registering. And then I see the camera through with the smart vision. Little dollhouse here. And almost get spotted again. I'm being a dope right now. But anyway, yeah. Aside from the awkward cuts, in this episode, this is basically just side missions, but they're key elements. So I wanted to upload these, and the forger and that officer, the female officer we encountered earlier, key characters. And I'll be uploading more later today from Mankind Divided. I want to get maybe one or two more side missions, but I definitely want to get the next story mission uploaded today as well. So I'm going to be playing a lot of Mankind Divided and recording and editing and do as much as I can, because Ghost Recon Wildlands open beta is going to be available in the morning. This is the 22nd. Tomorrow's the 23rd, and that's when the beta becomes available. I already have it installed, so it's all set to go. I'm just knocking these guys out. I'm not killing anybody on the non-lethal approach. But I also realized earlier than this that I needed to bring my 10 millimeter, I think it is, and the EMP rounds for that, because all I have with me right now Well, I think I have a couple of guns I picked up, like a machine pistol and a shotgun. I picked those up off, off some fools I knocked out. But, I don't use those. And the only one I use is the stun gun, and that's not going to do much good against cameras and things like that. But I do have some EMP nades, so that comes in handy. See that console, and I want to get to that without being seen, and the best way to do that is to pop an EMP. Done and dusted, and I have the code 1980, I believe it is. You can still hack even if you have a code. If you hack, you get more experience. Plus, you could pick up, like I said in an earlier video, you could pick up goodies by breaking into some nodes, But I was kind of pressed for time, and so I decided to use the code. And let's get in here and get it done. Get her done. Very handy that, they would have allow me to deactivate all this stuff conveniently. Well, it's not all that convenient. After all, I had to use an EMP grenade to get to this point, but still, it's handy. Take care of the lasers, the camera, open the doors. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Ghost Recon Wildlands. Give that a run. Last Ghost Recon I played was Future Soldier a few short years ago. I've gone back to it a couple of times since. And here we go now. We're going to meet the Forger inside. And it's going to be about it for the episode.
If you guys want me... I hope you're not Edward Broad, because you don't look at all like the picture.
You want to tell me what's going on here?
Arts and crafts?
I think you work for those scam artists out there. Or do they work for you?
It was never meant to be a scam. More like social services for the disaffected. Like no OG left behind.
Looks like a forgery ring to me.
I hate the word forgery. I prefer graphic arts activism. I help people to be other people. And seriously, try getting anywhere with forgery on your resume.
You're involved in something that takes advantage of people, and you're worried about your resume?
That may have come out wrong. I mean, yes, career is important, but it's not everything. I know that. I tend to get really nervous when I'm stressed. I'm stressed when... which always just makes things worse. Oh, okay, look. I have no reason to be nervous here, do I? You're totally on my side, right? One of the good guys. Not like Drahomir.
I'm not here to make you nervous. I just need you to explain it to me. The essentials of what's been going on here.
Essentials. Right. Essentially, I was trying to help my augmented friends.
The way I saw it out there, the promise of fake documents was being used to extort people. How does that help them?
The extortion part sucks. I swear to you, I'm totally anti-extortion.
Obviously.
Let me explain better. the government, they print up these official permits each month. But they only sell them to the rich corporate and military allies. Meanwhile, the other Augs, they get cattled out of the city because their documents aren't up to date enough. That's what was happening to my friends.
Whatever your intentions here, you're part of a criminal operation.
So that's what the shady types were all about? Gee, thanks for pointing that out. The gun in my face wasn't a clear enough indication. The city cracking down on forgeries and my friends all getting deported anyway. That was all part of my master plan here. When things got out of hand, obviously I wanted to stop.
Why didn't you?
I was scared. Drahomir said he would kill me. Looked at me kind of like you're looking at me now. You're not going to kill me, are you?
What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. Look, the real problem is Drahomir and that checkpoint of his. Without him in the picture, the rest of them couldn't run a lemonade stand. Maybe you could... You know...
You think I just walk around shooting people?
Don't you?
I like knowing there are other options.
Okay, so stab him, scare him, or get the police to do their job for once. I remember Drahomir mentioning this cop who threatened him. She was hanging around his checkpoint. Who knows? Maybe there really is one good cop in Prague.
It sounds like the safest bet. Otherwise, you're asking me to pick a fight with a bunch of guys in uniforms, scam artists or not.
The whole city would come down on you. Still, up to you how you want to handle it.
Right. And just so we're clear, you are going to stop forging documents now.
I don't like getting into trouble. And even worse is other people suffering because of me. No more faking documents ever again. Unless someone really needed one. Then I'd probably do it. I mean, if we knew for a fact that we could help someone, we should do whatever we can, right?
It depends what you have in mind.
The docs I make, they really can fool the authorities. Sort of.
Sort of.
Drahomir flooded the streets with forgeries, so the city started tracking more, adding scanners, validation numbers. Now, unless one of my permits gets activated in the city database, it's just plastic.
So you're telling me these people pay for forgeries and then probably get deported anyway?
It doesn't have to be that way. I have 2 permits that I literally just made. And I think we can really help these people. If you're willing.
All right, how do we help?
Their names are Edward Broad and Irenka Bauer. Drahomir was going to charge them like 20 more times. But maybe you could just give them the forgeries? Early Christmas present?
You said it's just plastic, that people get deported anyway. How does this help them?
I think I know how to get them activated. As long as you're willing to follow through.
All right. I'll go meet Edward and Irenka. In the meantime, are you going to be okay here?
Once they learn that Drahomir's been taken care of, the others will leave me alone. He's the one I'm scared of.
We've already taken care of the guys outside. They won't be a problem.
Thank you. As mysterious military types go, you're pretty neat, I guess. By the way, there is a safe over there where they keep their money. I'll give you the code. 2489. Feel free to help yourself.
What about you?
Way ahead of you.
And that's that. I'm hoping to get 2, maybe 3 more episodes up today for Mankind Divided. In the meantime, enjoy some fun with electricity. See you next time. Stay groovy.